Sue is much more calm, communicative as always. Kuzi and Sue seem to be getting friends along, but Aaliyah feels that twinge and asks if the two are friends, and Esbawio says yes. They've known each other since they were children and studied together since kindergarten. So far, the other two boys have finished eating and are going to return the tray. Then Sue gets closer to Kuza and asks if he has considered her offer to join the student council. However, Kuz have said so many times he has no interest in that. The girl insists that he would be a great fit with her and Aaliyah, especially since he has experience as vice president. Aaliyah is surprised by this information. Suyu explains that KU was her vice president. When they were both in elementary school, she makes a point of reminding him that she only ran because the girl was really annoying, since she needed a vice president. Having said that, Eswo argues with her classmate that this boy knows how to do things. She responds in Russian that she also knows it well and drinks her can of oshiruko at the school exit. Sue says goodbye to the two, and Aaliyah immediately takes the opportunity to express her surprise at seeing KU talking like that to that girl, because she thought he didn't have any friends, but the boy points his finger at Aaliyah, implying that she is also his friend, questioning if they really are. Then Aaliyah comes to the conclusion that they are after thinking about it for a while. She leaves without further ado, saying that she does. Matters resolve, and she leaves from there. Then we see a memory of Koza's childhood where he played with the Russian girl who lived near his grandfather's house, and we sees that they are talking in Russian, admired the sunset together, and the girl corrected childhood the words he made mistakes or completed the sentence when he didn't know what to say. When the sun goes down. Sometime later the girl says goodbye to the little ass and gives him a loving kiss on the cheek. But the boy wakes up at that moment remembering that he studied Russian like crazy just to be able to talk to this girl. But nowadays, he don't even remember her name the next day. Kuzi and Aaliyah were the ones responsible for organizing the classroom before the first class, as he woke up very early because of the dream. The boy went to school well before to get things sorted, so that he had nothing else to do when his task partner got there. She thinks it's going to rain because she's never seen this guy cares so much about organization. Then Keize notices a stain on his friend's socks. She says that a truck passed through the water and splashed her, and that it was also her fault for walking so close to the street. But anyway, she brought another pair of socks, so it's all good. Changing the subject, Aaliyah asks if he really isn't interested in joining the student council, since he's already had an experience once, and he can't be bothered with it. But the boy repeats that he doesn't want to. So she lets the subject go and takes off her dirty sock, which makes him look embarrassed, and the smile on the girl's face seems to have been his intention. The next step in the plan was to cross his legs and ask the boy to get her spare sock from the locker, since she ended up taking it off before. And now she can't step on the floor without much patience. He accepts and takes the sock. The girl asks him to put it on her. This time he can't help but question what's going on. Then she explains that it's a reward for him having picked up the sock, and then she says in Russian that it's also a reward for her after another sudden confession from the girl. In another language, he starts to think about what her intention is with this kind of thing. Maybe she's tired of acting perfect for the whole school and uses him as an escape anyway. Since the girl pretended to call him a coward in Russian, in response he holds her foot and starts to put on the sock after all the aggression there. Alias says she is not prepared for this, but Kuzi goes all the way for being called a coward. But the problem is that in the middle of this he ends up bumping his hand where he shouldn't. So Aaliyah kicks the warrior in the face, who is defeated and left to die alone. Hours later, the boy returns from the ashes to apologize. So Aaliyah calls him a leg pervert in Russian. However, she also asks for forgiveness for having kicked the boy and tries to put her hand on him to see if everything is okay. But the boy loses his temper and ends up saying that he should be thankful for the beautiful vision that was granted to him during this kick. At the same time, he lets out a hill in the young man's can and curses even the fifth generation of the man's family in Russian, and then runs off to try to resolve this mess. Kuza also runs after ending the girl all over the school. Due to physical education allows her to keep a certain distance, and on top of that, already in the courtyard, she jumps over the side protection of the corridor and leaves the guy eating dust. 10 minutes later, the two are panting after the marathon run to recover. KZ apologizes again, and Aaliyah acknowledges that he was partly to blame to make up for his mistake. After that, Kuza gives the girl her favorite can of oshiruko that she loves, even though she makes a big deal about it at the beginning. At the end, she accepts, and after taking a sip, she offers him some in Russian. Kuz goes crazy with the possibility of an indirect kiss, but since he doesn't want to reveal that he understands the language, he makes a fool of himself. Once again, Aaliyah makes fun of him by saying in Russian that the guy doesn't understand anything she says. But that's the end of today's videos. Everyone like it below and comment.